Hey everyone, it's Greg from the Plastic Crap blog and I'm back from holiday, so it's time for another Post Monday. Today I'll be going through donations from Bristol's Extraordinary Market with some resin terrain, the board game Super Dungeon Explore the Forgotten King from Soda Pop Miniatures, and some light up terrain from the Laser Terrain Company. Okay everyone, so the first one I'm going to go through today is Bristol's Extraordinary Market. Now these are some really cool pieces of resin terrain that I've seen that I kind of want to use for my Frostgrave, but they'd equally be good for sort of fantasy games like Warhammer Fantasy or maybe sort of Hordes, maybe something like that. So let's get a couple of these out. So they came in a jiffy bag, so they were nicely protected when they came in the post, and these guys are actually from Poland. But you can get them in the UK. I know Annie at the Dice Bag Lady stocks them. So let's see what we've got. So I've been sent a load of skulls. Let's see if you guys can see that. See if I can get it to focus. So really, really detailed. I really like these. Awesome, awesome pieces. So quite good for a bit of scatter terrain. Just really, really nice. Like I say, I want to use my Frostgrave because Frostgrave uses a load of sort of treasure tokens throughout the game, which is really important. And these guys have got some beautiful, beautiful tokens. So let's go on to the next bag. So this was all in the same box, the first kit. They're about £7 a kit. So in that one I've got skulls and I've got treasure chests. And these aren't even the ones I actually want to use for Frostgrave, but these look awesome too. Just the detail on them is just outstanding. Really, really is. Really, really nice. So if you've got any dioramas coming up, anyone doing sort of, you know, gonna enter any competitions, this is the place where you want to get bits for it. It really is. Really, really is. So how many's in this one? So you get 12 treasure chest tokens. They're reasonably big. I suppose you can see on the size of my hand sort of just how big they are. And they all seem to be different, which is nice. You're not getting lots of duplicates. So that's the first box that comes with it. Let's go on to this one. So this is the one I was actually on about, the treasure tokens that I'm going to be using. So these, I think, are absolutely outstanding. I'm going to be making a tutorial with them about how to use liquid gold from Vallejo, because I think these will look absolutely outstanding with very little work. Just lots of big piles of gold, and you've got sort of various assorted items in them, sort of ranging from sort of elven shields to dwarf shields to there's a warhammer in here. How many is there? 3, 6. So there's 8 in here, which is cool. But they are just absolutely beautiful. These were the first thing that kind of drew me to Bristol's, just because they're so awesome. Really, really like them. They're just really, really nice. And I think they'll take very little effort. You know, I think I'm just gonna whap a bit of gold on there, do some washes, and then maybe pick out the details that's left. Awesome. Awesome. So I'm really impressed with these. Really, really am. I originally thought they were from, where did I think they were from? I thought they were from Spain, because Spain keeps putting out some really, really nice terrain at the moment, but it was marked from Poland. But like I say, you can get them in the UK. So let's go to the next one. So it looks like they've all come with little bags. Oh, cool. So I suppose like with stuff like this, these are like a load of logs and even little campfires. I mean, look at that. That is just brilliant, isn't it? Well, will be if you guys could see it. There we go. Just awesome. So like, it hasn't even got to be, you know, a war game that you're using with these. You could quite easily use this for like D&D or Pathfinder if you guys use a board to mark up on your minis. I'll probably use these with my D&D group at some point. So we've got sort of like 3 little campfires, ranging in sort of size. The biggest one kind of looks like it's about 50 millimeters, maybe, yeah. And then a couple of log piles, which is just wicked. I just can't believe how detailed they are, like really, really sharp. Right, on to the last one. I can get into it. Okay. Oh, cool. So these are kind of like little food store supplies, little camp supplies maybe, or if you were going to do like a little market. I mean, just look at that. If we can get it to focus. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. It really, really is. Awesome stuff. Awesome, awesome stuff. And we've got some like other ones, got little boxes. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So, I mean, we even got apples in the one I just showed you. Just absolutely awesome. And what else have we got? A treasure chest, some pieces. So, some really, really nice pieces. So I'd really recommend going over to Bristol's Market. Alright guys, thanks for staying tuned. So the next thing that's been sent to me is this awesome terrain. Now you might be thinking, okay, cool, so it's a bit of terrain, but it is so much more than that. Trust me, I'll show you in a second. So it's laser cut terrain, and it's laser terrain company that sent me this. It's the press release kit. So it is acrylic that they've laser cut, and it's made into essentially kind of like an on-ship. So it'd be really cool for like Space Hulk or Infinity. It comes apart, so it's modular, and it's got like, I'll just take this side bit off for you if I can. So it comes in bits like this, with essentially, if you guys can see this, it's got kind of like puzzle pieces, how it all slots together. Now, they've put it together for me, and it does come as flat pack, okay? So I imagine all you need to do is glue it together. There are a few different bits, so you've got, like that bit I just showed you, the bit of the hallway. You've got this main bit, main corridor, which is a 4-way piece. And you've also got this triangle bit here. Let's show you this. Okay. So, in addition to that, you've got 2 sorts of doors. So you've got a flat wall, which, you know, it's just sort of the end, a dead end. And then you've also got this, which I think is really cool because you can slide the doors up. So one of the things this would be brilliant for is Infinity, because when you open the doors, you can, you know, then go through. You know, you can do your hacker's roll and then you can get through. Or alternatively, you can use it for Space Hulk and, you know, you can open those doors and get through. Another thing that comes is these. So you've also got little barriers. Now, as far as I'm aware, those are the 4... Oh, sorry, and you've also got this, like a T-junction. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, those are the only bits that are going to be out so far, but they're not out yet, because it's going to Kickstarter 1st of November. So what you need to do is you need to go over to Laser Terrain Company on Facebook, follow them, and wait for the Kickstarter to happen in November. They've told me that it's going to be competitively priced to Games Workshop, which is really cool because this stuff is awesome. But you might be thinking, you know, well, okay, so it's not MDF, it's not HDF, it's plastic, so it's a little bit nicer. But there is one thing that I haven't shown you yet, which is awesome. It's this. So this is a small version of the light section that you will get to put under all your terrain, okay? And what it does is it means that you can have a glowing spaceship for your battlefield. So what I'll do is I'll just put this under here. And can you see that? So what you can do is you can light all these panels. So underneath each sort of square has been laser cut so that you can put it out, and at the side corner you've got these edges. So you can make an awesome, awesome ship glow. And what's even cooler, if you're having certain rooms for certain missions, you can change it so you can have a flashing or, you know, an emergency state. So I think you could do some really awesome stuff with this, especially if you had light red. You could have like a crashing ship. You could make your objective rooms look a lot better. So it's really, really awesome stuff. It comes in black and silver on the outside, and the other one is white and silver. Like I say, go into Kickstarter in November, so go over and check them out because they are absolutely brilliant. I really, really want some of these because I think you could make just some awesome possibilities. You will be able to order different prices from them, sort of different pieces at different prices, so that you can kind of essentially make the complex that you want. So go over and check those out, guys, because this is awesome and I'm so excited to have a game on this. Alright guys, so the next thing I've been sent is Super Dungeon Explore, The Forgotten King from Soda Pop Miniatures. It's an awesome game. It's kind of like the second edition or like the expansion to Super Dungeon Explore, the first one. One of the beautiful things about this one is you can actually have arcade mode, so you can play against the computer, against the AI as it were. So you and your buddies, you haven't got to be one side or the other. You can sort of play as a team, which is really nice. Especially if you're trying to get new people that don't necessarily do board games into it. So one of the really nice things about this game is its unique style. So you've got some beautiful sort of 6 tiles where you can play across, which you kind of like randomize and play. But the awesome thing is it's got like these miniatures are just really, really cool. So you've got like the style of it is kind of like chibis. So you've got different sort of dungeon explorers that all sort of work together, and then you've also got sort of like your big bad bosses that you play against, which just make for a really interesting game. And you can sort of use this with the other dungeon explorers, sort of mix it up a little bit, and it's all random, so that kind of keeps lots of different variations going, so you can keep playing it. And if you're a miniature painter, you can paint the miniatures. I know some people do that. Because there are some really cool ones. It's just a bit of a different style that you can play. So we're going to have a bash of this soon. It does look really cool. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I know at the moment they've got a Kickstarter for their second edition of Super Dungeon Explorer is on Kickstarter right now. So if you are interested in this, go across there and you can get all the new miniatures and sort of a brand new set, especially if you've never played before, because they've got some really good deals on right now. Right everyone, so that's going to be it for this post Monday. Some awesome donations from Soda Pop Miniatures, Bristol's Extraordinary Market and Laser Cut Terrain. Make sure you check out their Kickstarters when they come on, because they are really good companies to support, and you get a little bit more bang for your buck with doing a Kickstarter than just doing a normal pre-order. I'll get some of that terrain from Bristol's painted up so that I can do that tutorial with you guys on liquid gold from Vallejo. It's an awesome paint, but a little bit tricky to use if you've never used alcohol paints before. So yeah, if you guys want any of your stuff shown on the Plastic Crack blog, just get in touch with us and we'll make that happen.